Okay, so you guys know now how to identify an author's claim when there is just a single source, a single text that you're reading. What we're looking at today is how to identify the author's purpose and their claims when there's two different sources that you're looking at, trying to put them together. So what you guys have just read is year-round schooling versus traditional schools. So essentially, there are two different claims here, right? The first claim for the first source is trying to say that year-round schooling is the best option. That is their claim, that we should switch to year-round schooling. The main claim for the second source is that we should just stick to our regular schedule, that this is the best option, how we normally have it. Okay, so two different claims, two opposing sides, right? Anytime there's an argument, there's two different sides. This shows us an example of that. Okay. Now looking at our two questions. The first one says, read the paragraph from year-round schooling helps students, teachers, and families. So we read this passage. And I intentionally did not look at this question before doing it right now with you because I think it's important that you get to see how I think through it, that it's not just I look at this and bam, I know the answer. There's definitely a process that you follow. So think along with me here. So from the passage, some people argue that frequent breaks at school can make life more complicated for busy parents. Although parents will need to arrange childcare when their children are on break, they have more freedom to take vacations when it is most convenient. Parents no longer have to wait until summer to visit family or plan enjoyable trips with their kids. Vacation in the off-season also allows families to avoid high prices and large crowds. So the question is, what is the author's intent by including this paragraph? Select two that apply. Make sure you select two. Intent means the purpose or the reason. So why do they include this paragraph? Okay, so let's think it through. A. The author wanted to show that all concerns are not grounded in evidence. That doesn't seem correct to me. B. The author wanted to address some of the concerns people may have about year-round schedules. That sounds pretty good. I know that this author is in favor of year-round schedules, and one of the concerns is the vacation aspect. So B is something that I'm leaning towards, but I'll keep looking. The author wanted to address the incorrect reasoning of those who prefer traditional schools. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're doing. So they're saying, some people say that traditional schools are better, but that's not actually the case. So they're incorrect in their reasoning. So C sounds good. The author wanted to explain why year-round scheduling would pose major problems for some families. No, that's the exact opposite of what they're doing. They're bringing up that option, but then shutting it down. So I know A and D are wrong. E, the author wanted to explain that summer vacation would still be an important break for the students in year-round schedules. Not really. Instead, it's saying that summer vacation doesn't really matter, and instead their vacations are spread out all throughout the year. So also I don't think E. The author wanted to show that although there may be some new issues to work through, year-round scheduling has more benefits. Let's see. Yeah, so it is saying that there are some issues. Parents will need to arrange childcare when their children are on break. So there are some issues, but the benefits are more. Yeah, you get to take longer vacations. They're more enjoyable, more time, the off-season, so it's cheaper. So F is a definite to me. I think F is the best answer, but I need to select two. So remember before I said B and C also sound like two good options. So I know F for sure I'm selecting, and now I need to decide between these two. So the author wanted to address some of the concerns people may have about year-round schedules. Okay. The author wanted to address the incorrect reasoning of those who prefer traditional schooling. Some of the concerns people have. Okay, I think that C is a better option. B is saying concerns, meaning plural or several, but they only bring up one concern. So I'm leaning towards C as a better answer along with F. Let's see if I'm right. I was wrong. So B and F are the correct answer. I knew F, so I was between C and B. So the author wanted to address some of the concerns people may have about year-round schedules. That does make sense, right? So they're trying to bring up the concerns about the child care, about complicated, busy parents. So they bring it up, and then they do shut it down. So they're trying to bring it up so that they can shut it down. So B and F are correct. For question number 2, it says to write a paragraph explaining why year-round schedules. Actually, let's see why C is wrong, because I got that wrong, so I need to kind of learn from that. The author wanted to address the incorrect reasoning of those who prefer traditional schedules. The incorrect reasoning of those who prefer traditional schedules. So I guess that it's not incorrect reasoning. That's where I was wrong. It's correct reasoning, right? It is a legitimate concern, but, like F says, the benefits are worth those concerns. So C is a better answer. I revised my decision. Looking at question 2. It asks us to write a paragraph explaining why year-round schedules, according to year-round schooling, help students, teachers, and families are beneficial to students' learning. Be sure to answer specific details from the text to support your answer. Okay. Okay, so why is it so beneficial? Here's how they'll score it on the map test when they tell you to write this type of an answer. So here's the question. Hopefully it lets you. Okay, it won't let me show you. So let me explain to you. When it asks this, you can either get 1 point or 2 points, or of course 0, but 1 or 2 is what we're aiming for. The only way you get 2 points is if you include specific examples or evidence in several pieces of it. If you just use a single reason or a detail and don't support it with evidence, you're not getting anything. You need to make sure that you're including specific reasons with specific support from the text. So actually looking back like I did before and saying, okay, this is from here, this looks like that proves that. That's how you have to answer this type of question, always referring back to the text. Okay? You guys are going to be reading this now, these 2 different sources, and doing the same type of thinking. Okay? Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to how I think through this, and hopefully you'll take the same kind of thought process and apply it to yourself. That's why when you answer these questions, some of you say you're done super quick. I know that can't be the case because you really need to think through each single option to really know what's right and what might not be. Okay? Thank you for watching. Good luck with your own set of questions.